You're listening to iCannabisRadio.com.
You're listening to the John Doe Radio Show.
Yeah. You know what it is. Come on. I don't wanna live it all. Shit. If I can't even let them know what they waiting on is worth it at all. Shit. We all swimming in a bowl. Fishes don't remember nothing but a little old. Forever living in the all. Yeah. Fill me up. Rebel label us an outlaw. We on a mission to sound ball and found the fathers. For freedom, build the armies. Beating mad fury, setting up a tyrannical government. Yeah, we got a grand jury. Where's the grand jury when the grand jury won't do a motherfucking thing for me? Got the government of wars. I don't wanna break them down. Let's enforce the laws. Without a violent force, it's a silent cause. Everybody afraid to say the way without getting taken away. Find the Moors, yeah, find the code, but they follow yours. CIA, living la vida loca, laughing at what I fucking yours. Yeah, get a chick like Tina Fey. I don't mean to play with just a motherfucker, see the way. Yeah, who the son of man coming like the son of God when they die? Yeah, shit, they turning me to clay. Empty, slash beat you warranty. Born underground radio, not a stampede. Yeah, when you hear the sound coming out of the ground rumble. If the sky open in the pound thunder. Yeah, found one of the weakest link. Stronger when I meet this thing. Sprinkled with Hendrix, my eyes open like a secret sink. Open rhymes, open in the Semtex. Son, don't get me vexed. Yeah, we getting weak the bit. Yeah, beat the link. It's getting wet. What a sign. Cancel all the clock. Watch the time. Watch me set it in. Yeah, set up record. Somebody get a medical. It's me and Jet the Venom. Leak a little penny. And it's sad. Now my name is better. This the motherfucker beat you warranty. Yeah, legend. Come on. All you bitches out the place.
Human brain is made for thinking, not pubic experience. It's hardly a tinkertoy or experimenting. Not pubic with drugs.
Why do we talk about marijuana? It's the single biggest drug that is a source of some confusion.
This is really about educating the public about the fact that marijuana is a less harmful drug.
Marijuana, that's to get high.
You can be as high as you want.
The prohibition of marijuana over the last 71 years has not actually prevented you from using marijuana.
You feel weak.
Close to winning the war on drugs.
I do believe there have been some successes.
We will never arrest our way out of this problem.
Welcome to the John Doe Radio Show. I am your host, John Doe. My man, Bike over here to my left side.
Morning. Happy Monday.
It is a Monday here in the Mile High. Thank you very much for hanging out with us live from Denver, Colorado. It is the John Doe Radio Show, May 20th edition. Wherever you are listening to us from, hope you are having a fantastic Monday. Hope your weekend was good.
Happy 520, everyone.
Happy 520.
Okay, a month ago, we were doing something a little different.
It's, never mind.
You believe it's been a month?
I was going to say it's Colorado celebration of April 420th in California, but that really made no sense except for in my brain, which is so high right now that it's...
Still don't get it. It's a little higher.
Well, because it's 520 here, but it's 420 there. So it's 520 today, and you know how the stoner's brain works.
Kinda.
This weekend was a good weekend. I had a great time this weekend.
What did you do?
Hung out. What did you do? I always talk about what I did first, but what did you do? What did you do?
Remained alive.
You're so
just laid low.
Forward giving with information.
There really isn't
Friday night. What did you do Friday night?
I went to bed real early and got up real early Saturday morning.
Why did you? Well, because you
tired.
So Saturday morning, you got up and did what?
Had some coffee, did some dabs.
What kind of coffee did you have Saturday morning?
I tried the Millstone Fog Lifter and the Keurig.
The Keurig. Those things are cool. I do like them.
I do need to get a new one, though. So thank God they have a free lifetime warranty with them. You just have to call up a little number.
They have a lifetime warranty with them? That's awesome.
Call them up and be like, look, your $5 machine that you charged me $200 for just took a shiz.
It took a shiz on you this weekend? See, that's big news, dude. That's huge news.
No, it's not news because it's been going on for a minute. You can't leave it on for more than like 5 minutes without it like just not pissing out the coffee like it's supposed to. You can run one cup and then you have to turn it off, wait 10 minutes till it cools, then you can run another cup. That's not the kind of convenience that I'm looking for. I need a little bit more than that. You should know me enough by now to know I need my friggin' coffee.
Eh? Can't you see?
I'm waiting 2 days to hear the song.
My weekend consisted of, if I could remember my weekend, because I just tried to relax, not worry about too much. It was a good time. It was not the good time that Adam Kokesh had this weekend, which I'll talk about that here in just a minute. This has increasingly become more disturbing to me.
Good. You can tell me something about this.
I mean, if you honestly haven't seen somebody point out to you that the guy that is next to him that's getting arrested too grabs him and, like, looks weird. Like, it's weird. It's weird. And I'm not saying, like, I'm a fan or I'm not of Adam Kokesh. I don't know much about him at all.
I saw someone saying that it looked like they were planting something on him at 38 seconds in the video.
It does look funky. Like, I have... I'm one person. I'm a person to think for myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm not too easily influenced a lot of the time. And usually more times than not, I'm like, no, first. I'm like, no, that's not right. No matter what it is. I'm pretty quick to argue.
What are they charging the dude with?
This, I was like, resisting arrest is what I think he's just being charged with for now. But that's all I know from what information is being told or whatever. I mean, they may have something else. He's supposed to see a judge today. Supposedly it was federal custody that he was in. So, I don't see how the hell... I mean, if you watch the video here, I'll cue up the video and highlight it out and throw it up into the show and stuff. We'll watch it. And if you watch the video, I mean, it's really is disturbing that they arrested him, though. He's the one standing there with the mic. It doesn't look like, and from what I understand from the explanations, he wasn't smoking. He was encouraging people to smoke, and the police looked like they were going to go in and arrest people that were smoking, but they went straight to him. He's still talking on the mic as they're, like, arresting him. It doesn't look like he's resisting arrest too much, besides the fact that he's, like, still holding the mic in his hand. It didn't look like they were trying too hard to get the mic out of his hand. They unhooked the mic, and I mean, are just like pulling him back. They don't throw him to the ground. It doesn't look like for the video that I saw right there. They just grabbed him. Were pretty rough with him. Now this guy is an Iraq war veteran, so there's a good chance, that he's not easily thrown around like me. So probably stand his ground pretty decently. But the fact that they grab him, charge him with resisting arrest, I mean, that he's in custody, the fact that it was so disturbing to me. Happened in Philadelphia. And you have to watch the video, and you have to watch the explanation for the video. We'll get to it. Friday, I just kind of chilled out. Saturday, I just kind of chilled out. Wait, no, Saturday I went to... I'm trying to remember back here because I really honestly tried to just shut off the brain yesterday. Saturday I went to the Jazz Fest on Welton Street.
I saw you posting about that.
Jazz Fest on Welton Street, which is pretty cool. Sorry, I had the camera on bike there.
Sorry about that.
That area is... And, I mean, it's an interesting area in Denver. It's one of the most eclectic areas around town. And... has some of the most culture that you can have in Colorado. I've always seen so Cervantes and the other side are right there, and then the Roxy's. Well, the Rockies are not too far either, but the Roxy's right down the street from that.
Yeah.
And there are so many hippies that come into this area and granolas for the concerts that go on there that it surprises me how much
What's a granola?
they're actually not scared off by some of the people standing on the corner.
What's the difference between a hippie and a granola?
The difference between a hippie and a granola in Colorado is, let me try and...
I don't know.
There's distinct differences between a hippie and a granola.
Okay.
I mean, a hippie is more, in Colorado, is more, I don't know. I mean, I want to say that a granola can be more grunge.
Like dirtier?
Is more like...
Hippies are cleaner?
Like hippies in Colorado, and especially in Denver, a lot of the time have a hippie chic to them. You know what I'm saying? They have a hippie chic dress
I know
to them.
Exactly what
They're
hippie
cleaner
chic
than a lot of some other hippies.
Like a dirty hippie? Like the opposite?
They're the opposite. A hippie chic is opposite of dirty hippie.
Can I have one of your Trolliolios for...
Oh, yeah.
I'm just gonna nice. Like
Gummy bears.
Suck. Something.
And granolas are a little bit more like, bluegrass fans, and I don't know, man.
So what they look different because they like a different type of music?
No, it's just like my positioned view of this.
Your interpretation.
My
I
interpretation
still don't
of a
have
hippie.
any idea
No.
the difference. I'll never know the difference between a granola and a hippie.
Granolas are readily found in Colorado. I think it's an outdoorsy type person that you can really live outdoors if you need to. You can camp, follow around bands and festivals.
That's a granola?
That's a granola.
And what is it? The hippies are more homebodies? They don't really go places?
In Colorado, it's more of like a hippie can...
Because they don't want to ruin their nice clothes?
No. There are hippies like that, but I just feel like a granola is more... I don't know. I honestly don't know. The more I find out about culture in Colorado, the more I realize how many people have actually done psychedelics. It's like...
Yeah, good point, Dick Chronic. Don't hippies eat granola?
Exactly. Hippies would eat granola for breakfast.
Hippies eat granola and granolas eat Egg McMuffins? What?
No, granola probably wouldn't be caught eating an Egg McMuffin. God, I've screwed up my words here.
Where does a Trustafarian come into this?
A Trustafarian is way separate from this. And
what about like a Boulder Trustafarian?
That is readily available left and right.
Spare changing for gas money for his Land Cruiser.
You know what's funny is you do regularly see well-dressed young people on the corner of streets, which in Colorado, in Denver, it's really hard not to see a certain type of person on the corner begging for change because everybody begs.
Every corner is full, and there's a rotating schedule. You can be a slacking junkie and sleep late and still find a corner to get a sign on. And yes, Hackett, so I learned about Trustafarians in Vermont. Hackett says there's a lot of them in Vermont.
Oh, I'm sure.
Dude, do you know how much it costs to go to UVM if you're from out of state? It's $1 million a semester, dude. It's a lot of money for out-of-state people, but
I don't know if it's that much.
It used to be like a sort of status to go to UVM.
Dude, that's interesting. Awesome. I would suppose that maybe our resident expert of all things, including Vermont, would know that, Mr. Edson out there.
Oh, yes. I'm sure Warren was in the Trustafarian slash hippie slash granola
no.
circles of Burlington, Vermont.
Oh, I thought you could say he was probably... I was like, no.
Dartmouth,
Warren was kind of a punk rocker.
Dartmouth isn't Burlington.
Warren's a punk rocker, dude. He likes punk rock, like old school punk rock.
Say it one more time. 4 times. I got it now.
Bam!
Said it 4 times under 10 seconds.
I do things double. I'm like 2 times. It's a lucky number. You have to do things evenly. Oh. Dude, do you hear my stomach grumbling? Holy crap.
I did hear that. I couldn't tell if that was a fart again. Kind of owe us a fart on the air for that one that you blasted in the air.
And then yesterday, I went to Gavin, George's son, George and Warren's sons.
Yeah, that's where you got your sunburned knees.
I went...
You got to show those. Warren made a point. He wanted it to be spoken about.
I went to Gavin's lacrosse game yesterday. By the way, congratulations to Gavin on his fantastic season of lacrosse. And, dude, I was surprised at how crazily competitive 6 to 8 year old lacrosse is. This one kid was like coming across the middle, and he's like weaving in and out, and then he's got his lacrosse stick there, and he's like, they're spinning it. I can't remember what it's called. Gavin's gonna punch me. Cradling it. He's like running back and forth, cradling, like, and then he gets popped once, and you'd think like maybe, and they were just started. I learned they've like 3 games ago they were just allowed to start checking. And this guy's crossed the middle, and bam, he gets checked once, and I was like, whoa. And then the dude that checked him followed up and bam, checked him again and knocks this kid on his butt, dude. And I was like, my jaw just dropped.
I was
like,
someone in the crotch.
The coach flipped off his handle.
For real.
Not for that one, but for like, it was like, and then kid on Gavin's team was like, and like when he did he knocked some kid, I think. And then volleyed the ball over the top, and then it was like, go!
Do they do that like in soccer?
I thought about it, but I was like new there, and I had screwed up shaving my neck, so like they were still, because I was in a hurry, and I had a bunch of hair on my face still. It's interesting Monday conversation for everybody, and I screwed up shaving my neck a little bit, so I was like embarrassed. So I'm like sitting there this whole time, like not trying to draw attention to myself. Popping my collar, trying to just blend in.
Because if you're afraid your celebrity status would slow you down as far as people wanting autographs.
I can't stand it when people when they shave, when you miss a part of your face that you shave.
Why do you miss?
Because I was in such a damn hurry. And I just used the little electric razor thing.
You shave in your face with electric razors, razor blades plugged into the wall, or straight edge razor blades. There's no such thing as a hurry, dude. It looks pretty rough. I see some.
No, it doesn't look rough
right
at
here.
all. Why does it? It does not look rough at all.
It looks like 38 grit sandpaper from here.
It's because I intended to give
around
it
the
a
razor
little bit
burn
of.
right here.
There's no razor burn. That right
there.
No,
not your eye.
I'm still having a
directly
freaking
south.
issue with my eye.
Go directly south.
No, there's no razor burn.
You got razor burn. I can see it. It's not a big deal. Everyone has it. Not on that side.
But there's none. How could there be some?
Maybe it's just a patch you didn't shave very good. It's red for some reason.
You are freaking crazy. Look at this.
Hold on. Let me see it.
All right, I'm done with that. Knocking over the microphones and shiz. I look good. Thank you very much.
I didn't say you look bad. It's just a razor burn. It'll go away.
Say I look good, damn it. Say I look good. The lacrosse game, back to that, and so I was scored a goal. The coach flipped out, and the referee kicked him out. He was like, "Get off my field! Get off my field!" And then the other coach went over and made the kids turn around so they wouldn't watch this ridiculousness. I was actually like, "Jeez, man." I'm glad I don't coach 8-year-olds, because that would be me.
Wasn't out.
Yeah. So anyway, he got kicked off to the sidelines, and everybody continued the game and had fun. And Gavin won. Goal. They won it 2 seconds left, dude. Goal. And then yesterday, and then on Sunday, I went to Iron Man. Iron Man was fantastically fun. Have you seen that movie yet?
I don't go to movies.
You don't go to movies at all?
No, come on.
Why not?
I don't know, but they can't see or hear us.
Don't worry about that. If I didn't address it the first time that you said something, and then I moved on, there's probably a good chance that I'll go in to continue and fix it.
You pretty much just didn't acknowledge, so I just.
I looked at you. Did I give you the look, the radio look?
Did. This is what you do. I don't know. I still don't know what that is, but this is what you did. Like this. Keep looking at me.
No,
keep looking at me. This is what you did. This is what you did. Look at me.
I acknowledge you.
Look at me.
I'm looking at you.
This is what you did.
I
did not change expression, and you just moved your head down. Don't tell me this shiz.
Well, at least, you got the point then. I said, don't tell me this shiz, pretty much.
What's great is that apparently It's frozen in a position that looks like you're farting. Your face is all scrunched up on everyone's screen right now.
I really hate you right now.
Please don't.
All right, I'm gonna restart the stream here. Why does this happen? Why does this happen on Mondays? This seem like I'm gonna restart the stream here. If it freaks out on everybody listening, don't worry about it. Here, I'll get it back.
I think you need to get here an hour early and reset the computer, like reboot it.
I do, smartass.
What?
I'm here way before you are.
Sometimes.
In fact, I was here about 9:30 this morning.
Sometimes you are.
No, I'm here way before you all the time.
Nah.
And if I'm not, I have got things up and rolling. I've got prep gone.
There's plenty of times I had to get here and take the key.
There's twice you have got here where I have not been here. The other times I've either been here and been chilling in the office because I've had to get here early or something else. Now quit being a pain in the freaking ass.
It's not a pain in the ass. I'm just...
Stop being a pain in the ass.
It's not a pain in the ass for me to give my opinion.
Being a pain in the ass. Because your opinion's wrong, though. Hold on.
Yes.
All right. I think we screwed up the recording here. And now it's going to be all loud as hell.
Coming at you loud as hell.
I hate that. All right. Damn it. Hold on here. I know we're live, everybody. I know we're back in the chat room, but the thing is, as we redo that, it resets the sound levels. So I'm completely jacked up here. Check 1 2 3 4. Check 1 2. Check 1 2 3 4.
Check 1 2 I'm gonna move. We're back, says Willie Hempseed.
I know we're back.
They're back, says Haggis, along with Booyah and Yay. I know we never left, guys. We never left. We've been here the whole time, thinking about you, reading your words, talking about weed. Okay.
I don't know what to do. Hold on. We're on pause right now.
John Doe Radio.
Alright, I think I got everything reset here. Holy guacamole. The whole time Bike is just giving me crap. Knowing that I could get easily annoyed. Alright, sorry about that, guys. Hopefully we're still live. Last time that happened, and I rolled through it when we went back to the recording, it was just completely blasted out. There was just the voices cut out for like 15-20 minutes until I got everything reset. So I made an executive decision. Stop things, reset, go back. Now we're good to go. So I got news, other stuff for us to talk about. I think we left off on what was going on my Sunday. So Iron Man was a fantastic movie. I highly suggest anybody go check out Iron Man if you want to see good movies. So it was amazing. I'll tell you, oh man, I'm not gonna. You ate all the damn.
I ate all 3 of them, yeah.
You ate all the gummy bears.
All 3 of them.
You're a dick. You're lucky I have another bag here.
Thank God. Because I could sure use a few more.
You are not getting shiz any more of these, dude. How rude of you.
How rude of you.
So go check out Iron Man if you get a chance. It was a good movie.
Who cares?
I care. Dude, you're pissing me off today bad. I'm going to open one of these fucking gummy worms and throw it at you just for the fucking purpose of it.
Your arm, Tim's right arm, without even thinking, goes to the right, over towards the mute button.
I'm good. It does all the time. It's my...
When I see it, I have to
It's
back
my
off
emergency
a little bit.
eject for you.
You don't have a 15-second delay.
It's my emergency eject for me not to want to kill you, strangle you. All right, I don't want to be stressed out this morning, all right?
Why don't you eat some gummy worms and
I
chill
am.
out?
You ain't getting none of them.
Just give me some, it'll be all good.
No, you're not getting a single one. And if you get it, it's coming at your forehead.
What?
I'm going to give you one of the rock hard ones straight to the forehead that still has starch, like, stuck in it.
And if it works, just give me 3.
May or may not have hung out with a pretty lady this weekend, too. So quit stressing me out, dude. Damn it. All right. 2 news.
It's the gummy bears.
We're not talking about gummy bears. You're not getting any gummy bears. He's reaching his hand across the table. And, dude, I'm about to stab you with one of the pokies.
What?
With a dabber.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Please.
All right, here we go.
It would make the pain of wanting a gummy bear go away.
I'm not giving you one.
Just one.
No. I'm sorry, dude. But oh, look, the screen capture went right to it.
Don't apologize.
I didn't even have to set it up or wait for too much more time.
Cool.
Wait, this is not the video I was looking for.
Alex Jones.
This was the Alex Jones one. I don't want to do this one.
Jones my balls.
Where's the other damn video? Did police plant evidence? There we go.
Let me eat a gummy bear while I watch this.
No, you're not getting a gummy bear, smartass. Not gonna happen.
All right, just give me $35 then.
That could probably happen.
I'll go buy some.
That could probably happen. See, now I owe you $35. All right, I'm setting up this video. Quit distracting me, dude.
You mean quit talking? Quit distracting me.
Everybody light that shit up. Come on, toss them. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6,
So
5.
what we're watching here, really, I mean, this is just a countdown. Adam Kokesh is talking.
Fuck the law, smoke it anyway. Fuck the law, smoke it anyway. Hey, bring it
Fark the law, smoke it anyway. As the cops start to move in, there you see cops over here, and then over here, cops have come in and are grabbing him right now.
Assaulted by an officer of the law who is a clear criminal. This is a criminal act being committed by a man in a costume.
A man in a costume.
Now that guy right there on the left, he was the guy in the shirt that's interesting. Like, who is that guy?
No, stop it.
Adam's still holding a mic in his hand. He's not resisting, really. I mean, he tried to fall to the ground up pretty much, and so they take him off. And he's taken off, and bam. I mean, that's the gist of that video. But what you don't really see in that is that somebody like this guy on the side of him grabs him, which I'm just covering what people are talking about here. From what I understand, nothing's come of it. I mean, he hasn't been charged with any possession as far as I know. Now, that could turn up different later. But if you watch another video of it, let me see if I can get this thing to set up right here. Let me see, which one is it?
Adam Kokesh, an Army veteran, has been arrested for an act of civil disobedience. He was arrested in Philadelphia during a
All right, here we go.
prohibition.
Now, this video is a little bit more revealing of this. In this video, here in a minute, here's the angle. Now check this out. Here's Adam right here. Now with Adam gets pulled another guy. Over here. Right here. This guy right here. Now watch his hand right there. There's that hand, and then there's that hand right there. That's that guy. I mean, that's that guy. He grabs Adam's... It's crazy. Are you watching that, dude?
Yeah.
I mean, he grabs Adam's shorts. I mean, there's that hand right there. He's clearly got something in it right there. And that hand, who knows what it has in it. And it looks like, honestly, at first I thought it was a cop. At first I thought it was a cop, and I didn't think anything of it because I was like, okay, that's just the cop trying to get control of Adam. You know, that's not rare for cop or security to be trained to grab you by the back of your belt, and it's one of the areas on a person's body that if you grab them there firmly enough and have your arm on their shoulder, I mean, you can move a person around.
Right.
A lot bigger than you. So that's what it looked like at first, but then, I mean, you go back through it and you watch that video and that guy points it out that, look, that's not, that doesn't look like a person representing a cop at that point in time. So that's interesting. I wanted to make sure that we covered it. I don't want to spend too much time on it. I mean, not to be disrespectful. I'm not saying spend too much time on Adam's arrest, because obviously I think it's disturbing, but too much time on speculating about if anything got planted on him, because, I mean, if he didn't get charged with anything, it would be nice to hear from Adam if he knew that guy or not, and what the deal is there. So until that happens, until I've heard from Adam or anybody else has heard from Adam about that, then I don't want to speculate too much on that. Just pointing it out that that's what happened. It's kind of crazy. And the simple fact that there was other people smoking there and he was the one giving freedom speech. I mean, granted, maybe he was encouraging everybody to smoke and get together and make it harder for the cops. And
yep.
I don't know what the difficulties of that now day and age are. You can't say shiz nowadays.
Thank you.
You said what?
I said thank you.
Bastard.
I'm busy chewing gummy bears.
So that's what happened this weekend too. Keep realizing I have to edit those videos together now, and I'm like, not happy. Stories made it around the news quite a bit. The Washington Times covering it. A few other
all over Facebook.
All over Facebook. Few other big. Actually, disturbed. They're claiming it as like it's a disturbing arrest. So this story of the average pot smoker, how much they smoke, you saw that.
I didn't.
They only smoke about 200. You saw that. We talked about it on the show.
I didn't.
If you're an average pot smoker in Colorado, you can expect to spend around $650 on weed next year. A study conducted by the Colorado Future Center. We talked about that. And they also based, because we talked about this right before we talked about taxes in Colorado, because they based a lot of tax talk and revenue off of this study.
Huh. So the average
remember that
Colorado stoner. It's Monday. A lot's happened since then.
3.53 ounces of marijuana annually, for a total of 2,268,985 ounces, 142,000 pounds a year.
Most stoners smoke an eighth a year.
Yeah, that's well, 3.53 ounces. 3.5 ounces a year. Annually.
QP and a 30, 3 and a third.
I guess for people that aren't in like our range, but most people, I mean, yeah. I mean, that's a normal. No. See, I'm torn between myself here.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not a normal toker in Colorado. Like, that's a low.
Willow.
That's like an upper low toker. Whatever that means. It's not on the high end by far. It's not on the mid range. It's barely on the low. Because everybody's not smoking like us, dude, all the time. People may be smoking pinches every now and then.
Yeah, people have lives.
You should take that back, because that was quite offensive.
To who?
People that toke all the time have lives. I don't even know how many people I could name off right now that you know that are normal tokers.
Don't read into what I'm saying. They have lives where they need to do stuff where they're not as stoned as us. Don't take it as an insult.
There's plenty of people that could do things not as
these guys.
I am taking it as an insult.
These
because
guys who only buy
insulting.
smoke 3 ounces a year, they need a little bit more downtime than us. Their jobs are more demanding in certain areas where they can't, but they have to take a piss test and they can only smoke 3 ounces a year.
Actually, if you think about it, for some people that might be quite a bit. That could be quite a bit. I think the server's having problems. Sorry, guys, live. Tried to help you guys out, but it doesn't look like it's wanting to work.
Is it effed again?
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know what's up with it. We'll have to have somebody check on it or figure out what the hell is going on.
We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in.
No, we're not going to quit. We're going to keep recording the news. We have way too many people to ditch out today. All right. Which I guess that's an interesting number. For some people, that would be probably a good amount. For other people, there's no way for the normal smoker. He's spending way more money than that. Governor Pat Quinn says he's reviewing a bill that would legalize the medical use of marijuana. The Democrat told the City Club of Chicago on Monday he's open-minded on the issue, but he wouldn't say if he'll sign it into law. The Illinois Senate approved the bill Friday. Lieutenant Governor Sheila Simon says she'll support it. The measure would allow Illinois patients who already have a relationship with a doctor to be prescribed a limited amount from a state-run dispensary. More than 30 illnesses that marijuana can be prescribed for. I thought at some point in time the governor had signed this on Sunday. I had saw, but I guess not.
I thought I saw they didn't know what the governor was going to do. It was unclear.
We talked about that last week.
It was unclear whether the Democratic governor plans to sign it.
But before has said that they've been open-minded to the. We talked about this last week, dude. And
I know.
They said in the stories that
telling you
has been
a
open-minded
story from yesterday.
Open-minded to the bill. So we're still keeping with that. Hopefully Illinois gets that through. Fate of Los Angeles marijuana shops left to voters. Los Angeles politicians. This is going on tomorrow, by the way. And we also talked about this at some depth last week, which Measure F seems like it's the only possible one that is at all worth it to go with. I mean, if you have Measure, D, which is the measure that's being supported quite heavily by the newspapers, being pushed across, that just looks like it can be way too exclusionary. This whole thing seems like it's a ridiculous sham.
Yep. But
because the city council will not, and it's not necessarily, I applaud LA for trying to get this done, and I like Measure F. I think F goes great with the way they were headed towards cannabis reform. There's a tax placed on top of cannabis to be used that directs money towards. I mean, it legitimizes the industry more and allows most of those shops to stay open. The thing is, though, the city council, no matter what, if that gets put into place, the city council is not going to like that, and they're going to invite the feds to come in and start to crack down more and more.
Lame.
Which they've done before. Now, if D wins, which is the one, I think, whichever one's the one where they're only going to leave open a couple hundred, you had to qualify. Not only did you have to qualify, but there are certain letters, there are certain actions from
Numbers.
the federal. No, there are certain letters that can be sent to the owners of these spots, like have been done before. The feds, certain actions by the feds that can eliminate you from being able to stay open. So that's what sucks about that. And I mean, in that sense, you get the feeling that the city council is going to attack it that way. That leaves them a loophole to come after you, to invite the feds to do something, and then chop everything apart. So that's frustrating there. Do you have any California news for today?
California. I got an Oregon story that's kind of.
We'll get to that in a second.
You don't even know what it is.
I'll read the rest of this California one.
You don't know what it is.
Do you want to say what the headline is, or
no?
Do you want to just get to it here in a minute?
Oh, go for it. You're like, we'll get you. Okay, I follow you now. I didn't
I'm
follow
not
you at first.
Washington yet.
I didn't know what you were saying, but I know where you're going now, so go for it.
Let me drive the ship. And get your hand out of the camera.
Oh, yes. Hello.
Los Angeles politicians have struggled for more than 5 years to regulate medical marijuana, trying to balance the needs of the sick against the neighborhood concerns that pot shops attract crime. Voters will head to the polls Tuesday to decide how Los Angeles should handle its high, with 3 competing measures that seek to either limit the number of dispensaries or allow new ones to open and join an estimated several hundred others that currently operate. Election Day in the nation's second largest city comes just 2 weeks after a pivotal state Supreme Court decision gave cities and counties the authority to ban pot shops. More than 200 local municipalities have bans, and some cities that were awaiting guidance from the state's highest court have taken immediate action this month and began shuttering clinics. While some cities have been able to manage pot collectives, Los Angeles fumbled with the issue and dispensaries cropped up as the city argued out the results. Councilman Ed Reyes said Los Angeles has trouble where other cities such as Oakland haven't had trouble because of the sheer size of LA and a movement that is more organized and litigious. Litigious? Litigious.
Latigascar.
The pie is so big here, so thick and rich. Ooh, that sounds
so thick. So
juicy.
rich.
That we may have many people making a run at it. Reyes said, regardless of which measure you support, the city is going to have to focus on enforcement. I think as long as we don't have enforcement, it's just letters on paper. City councilors passed an ordinance in 2010 to cut the number of pot shops from roughly 1,000 to 70, but numerous lawsuits were filed against the city by dispensaries, and ordinance was allowed to expire that last year, leading to another surge of pot shops. Oh, my knees. Last summer, the city approved a ban, but 2 months later, it repealed it after enough signatures were gathered to get the measure on the ballot. I burnt the shiz out of my knees this weekend.
It's funny. It looks like
It's like the only spot on my body that is sunburnt.
some serious, like it hurts to look at.
It's just kind of rubbery, right today. I mean, it's not horrible. Like it could be a lot worse, but I don't know. Let me see if the camera can see. Like right there. It looks a lot redder. The camera doesn't pick it up very well. Just on my damn knees.
It's just shy of rug burn.
Dude, it's crazy.
Does it hurt?
When I put my foot up on it, like I just did. And scratch it across. We're still hosed on the live. Go on to your Washington news that you got, buddy. What's your Washington
I
news?
just got sidetracked looking at that.
Dude, that's wrong. You need to
wrong.
quit looking at Facebook and get into the news that we're actually doing here, buddy.
That's where you find some of the best stories. That's where I found this one.
Go to your Washington news. I'm giving you an open spot here.
This is actually Portland, Oregon.
Okay, go to Oregon news.
Portland, Oregon. This is from posted on May 17th. This is 3 days ago. An armed man robbed a marijuana dispensary in Southeast Portland at gunpoint Thursday morning, and the whole crime was caught on camera. The suspect approached a counter at the Reed Leaf MM at 1034 Southeast 122nd Avenue. Pointed a handgun at the 2 employees. He ordered them onto the floor, stole their wallets, phones, keys, as well as an undisclosed amount of cash from the business. The suspect held the gun to one of the employees' head while demanding the other fill a large duffel bag full of jars of marijuana. Sounds pretty well planned out. The suspect, described as an African-American man, 25 to 30 years old, 6'2", 190 pounds, with a deep-ass voice and a black hoodie and a black ski mask.
A deep-ass voice?
I don't know where that came from.
You should probably describe it accurately.
A deep-ass voice, black hoodie, ski mask, gray sweatpants, and gloves. So if you see someone wearing gloves, he must have robbed the dispensary. The suspect vehicle is described as a late 2000s dark blue Ford Explorer. The store was well equipped with security cameras, but recorded the crime.
You can't even talk. See how difficult it is?
I don't claim to be able to talk. I didn't go to broadcasting school. And
you just seem like a asshat for saying that every time.
I don't.
It's like 9 grams now. 9.
I'm about to watch the video of the dispensary. The whole point of this is that when was the last time you heard about a Denver dispensary getting robbed?
What was the name of the shop that got robbed? You don't remember.
It's called Relief MM at 1034 Southeast 122nd Avenue.
By gunpoint.
Yeah.
That's kind of scary.
When was the last time you heard about a Colorado dispensary being robbed?
No, I mean, I haven't heard of a Colorado dispensary robbed in a long time.
Back in the day, right when they first opened, you heard about a lot of them getting robbed.
It wasn't like a lot. It was just they put it in the news quite a bit.
Oh, here it is.
Like,
here's a video of the guy.
Like, I think they made a point to say that, dispensaries weren't getting robbed any more than anybody else.
Here he comes in with a gun. Both employees down on the ground. He's got this easy. He's watched behind the counter. Grabs a wallet. He's being, be that rough. There's looks like two chicks.
Cool. I was trying to get the server taken care of here. Otherwise, I would have thrown that video up. And any other
no, that's the only
Oregon or Washington news?
That's the only one in the world.
Bike messaged you this weekend, and he was like, in Captain Obvious style,
yeah,
we should cover a California, a Washington, and Colorado stories every day. And I was like, I know we should do that,
but you don't in Canada.
I was very positive about it. I was like, yeah, we're not a local station, we're not a local broadcast. We talk a lot about Colorado because it's just so easily accessible.
You were very positive about that.
But we need to do a better job of covering other people.
Yeah.
So yes, Canada is another place that we need to get on top of, because our friends up there have seen a very big decline in their freedom of cannabis use. It was frustrating because when I first started doing this 6 years ago,
yeah,
I mean, Canada was like the beacon, like a light. It was like, okay, Canada's going to legalize. Canada's going to set the example.
So you thought they were gonna first, eh?
And then, yes, I did, eh? And then it just kind of went downhill with their more conservative. It wasn't just one person either. It was like, it wasn't just the what's his name?
Who?
I just brain farted on that.
Mark?
No. What's the leader of the Canadians?
Leader of the pack. Oh, the Supreme Lord of Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Prime Minister.
Exactly. What is his name? Stephen Harper. Yeah, that's his name.
Dude, this guy, I'm watching this video. This guy is taking
Conservative Party.
All
screwed everything up.
Of the weed. Like, all of it.
It's just shoving...
Dude, like a big hockey bag, and the guy's just like, keep stuffing it while I stick a gun at this lady's head.
He's not even wearing a hood.
Damn, he's making him carry it out for him, too. Holy shizaroni.
The person had to carry it out for him? What?
It was such a big bag of weed. Wow.
Dude, why would you want to go to prison for life, pretty much? Armed robbery. Maybe not life, but not for weed. Not for weed, dude. Not for that, at least. Pointing a gun in somebody's face. I'd kill you!
Scary shiz.
Anyway,
he got away, too.
Tonight in Colorado, a report on CBS 4 Denver. Too high to drive.
Too high to drive? Question mark.
There's no question. I mean, there is a question mark in the video.
Oh, good.
Too high to drive, but in the headline, it just says too high to drive. And good friend Lauren Dabbs Layer is in there, and Ty is in there too. And I don't know who the other dude is. And I wouldn't do this. I thought about it. I had an opportunity to possibly be a part of something like this in news, and no. There's no way that you can spin yourself being not, like I can be high and drive. That's not what the angle we need to take this whole action. You know what I'm saying? Is like, okay, I could still smoke a lot of weed and drive. No. It's the fact that we need to keep arguing that there's no science to show. There's no science to show the danger of people getting high and driving. We're not saying that they should get high and driving. I understand that this is well-intentioned to be on that point, but news stations you can't trust, especially Channel 4. who the guy who did this report, Rick Salinger, I'm being told, which I don't remember who did the report on it, but I do remember clearly that Ken Gorman was killed right after they did a report giving out Ken Gorman's address. This is where you go and get weed. Medical marijuana caregiver. Dude, what are you doing? You killed Ken Gorman. So, anyway, they go on here, and hopefully tonight they won't get made out to be like total idiots, because Lauren can be a little bit goofy. Here's the thing. Love Lauren. Love Ty. Cool people. But see, Lauren can be a little bit goofy. A little bit laughy and funny. And in fact, one of the things she says when she comes around the corner, and they, the camera's like right there, and she's like, that was just for sound effect purposes, like stopped, know, and the camera was there, and she's like, the camera, the guy was probably like, how'd you do? And then they go from that point on. Either way, she goes, I didn't hit any cones and definitely didn't hit any kids. Which, I mean, to me, I understood what she said and what she was saying, because they had little cardboard things and cones and all that up. But you're like, oh, you like flinch as you do it. And this is something that we can't goofily do.
I don't think goofily is actually a word.
It's a JDRism. So I just hope that they don't get made out to look like poster children of anti-driving here in Colorado. And it's not necessarily even their fault. Even if they did a fantastic job. We all know that the news can spin shiz. It's horrible. Bike, we need you, dude.
Hey, dude.
Quit searching the damn internet over there.
I'm searching shizinnet.
You're going to search the internet. Talk with me.
I'm not searching.
Look at, I'll fast forward this song because I know you hate that song.
Tonight.
I don't know where that one is yet.
Tonight. Go for it.
That's on 10 o'clock tonight. We'll talk about that tomorrow.
You going to watch it?
I'm sure there'll be video. I'm sure there'll be video of it, even if I miss it.
Well, will you watch it even if you miss it?
Miss it. Yes, I'll watch it.
What will you think about it?
We'll have to see it.
Well, what are you're thinking about it?
I didn't think the
already.
preview was too bad.
Okay.
But I, at the same time, also know that the reporters were like laughing, sort of. They were sort of giggling.
Maybe they were smoking some of her EHO.
I tell you what, if you stop doing that, then I will give you all dude, you will have so much power in the world.
You know what'll fix it? Hold on.
I'm not going to tell people what you did.
This weekend. Here you go.
Fuck you, dude. Gonna be critical. What were we talking about? Damn it.
Razor burn. Maybe it's microphone burn. If you rub your cheek, rub it up against the microphone right there.
No, it's not.
It's red and blotchy. That's all.
Not gonna let you get to me today. I'm a bit annoyed at you today. I am. Pay attention to the damn show.
I am on top of it. What are you talking about? I just read a story.
Stay in the game. Less yawns.
The yawn was just means my brain needs some oxygen. Didn't mean nothing else.
You're so quick on your toes, buddy.
It's the truth.
Last week I didn't get to the story about the MMA, mixed martial arts, talk about loosening of rules and stuff. But then I run across a story today on ABC News about why are the Olympians or why are the Olympics testing for marijuana. Good news, pot smoking Olympians, the agency that sets rules around Olympic drug use, is loosening its standards for marijuana. Basically, the new rules were tests for people smoking in the hours or days before the competition instead of weeks or months. I hope we find out how exactly they're going to do that. The policy change might affect other international sports as well. More than 600 other sports associations use the code set up by the group, the World Anti-Doping Agency, or WADA. WADA.
Anti-dope that.
Now you might be wondering, why is pot considered a performance-enhancing drug anyway?
Because it makes everything better, duh.
Yeah, that is pretty much true. Dude, if you ever tried to do that on pot. Scientists don't really see it that way, but as you know, drug policy isn't always based on science. Maybe scientists aren't doing sports and weed at the same time.
Doing some weed?
It's not exactly the worst for pain. So Focus is another thing. You could argue that marijuana is possibly a performance-enhancing drug. What if you were a snowboarder?
Snortboarder?
And that happens too in Colorado. And you were in the pipe, and you were like, oh, damn, I can't get this. And then went up and smoked a bowl, which happens quite a bit.
Yep.
And focused yourself, went down that mountain, did an awesome run, and you were like, yeah, it's exactly. I mean, that happens. It's not out of the question.
It's happening right now.
Performance-enhancing drug. I smell food. Speaking of performance-enhancing, if you were a competitive eater,
are you?
You would completely be helped by cannabis. It'd be like
would
steroid action. 2-word input is amazing. I'm just kidding, buddy.
Thanks, dude.
How's the smoking going?
The non-smoking is going good.
That's good. I see you with your prosthetic over there.
After an hour of sitting here, I pulled out the fakie.
Yeah, I was like, wow, it took you a while to get it out.
Took me a minute to
fake.
pull it out.
I hope you never pull it out, dude.
I just did.
David, speaking of that, David Nutt, a professor of neuropsychopharmacology. How do you become a professor of neuropsychopharmacology?
You have no friends and you read a lot of books.
At Imperial College in London, shared his thoughts with Reuters in August of 2012.
Reuters.
There's no evidence cannabis is ever performance-enhancing in sport, and since its use is legal in a number of countries, there's no reason for it to be banned by ding. I can't think of any sport of which it would be an advantage. MMA, we already talked baseball, snowboarding, basketball players smoke a lot of weed.
What?
I mean, it's just truth. NBA smokes a lot of weed. They've got, here's the thing with the NBA.
Yeah.
They've got the testing program figured out. I mean, they get tipped off. They know how it works. It only happens during certain times. Very rarely they get popped without knowing about it. I mean, you really got to try and fail. From what I understand in the NBA. But from what I get, dude,
sounds
and
like
the stories I hear.
A union.
Dude, and we know from what NFL players have told us who have been on the John Doe radio show before. Actually, you haven't heard them say this probably unless you listen to the show, but a few NFL players sat here and smoked with us.
On the John Doe radio show?
Yeah, damn it. Why can't I think of the dude's name right now? I'm not going to throw him under the bus now. Dude who went to Oregon just specifically for smoking weed. Reuben Drones. Was it Reuben Drones?
Back in February, here's a story similar. Back in February, on February 12th, Boston Celtics center Robert Parrish, the oldest player in the NBA, will be charged today with possession of marijuana after authorities found the drug at his home in a package addressed to him. The case began in San Francisco on Wednesday night when a drug-sniffing dog detected marijuana in a Federal Express package addressed to Parrish.
Really?
The information was relayed to police in Massachusetts. When the package arrived at Federal Express facility in Natick, a police dog again detected marijuana. Police obtained a search warrant, opened the package, and found it contained several ounces of marijuana, said Kurt Schwartz of Essex County District Attorney, assistant of another warrant was obtained for Parrish's home, where authorities found 5 ounces of marijuana, Schwartz said. Parrish, 39, will be charged with possession of marijuana, blah, 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 24, this girl, 24, is with them, blah, blah. The charge is a misdemeanor, punishable by a maximum of 6 months in jail and a $500 fine. Keep in mind, this story is from 1993, but it just popped into my head.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Did you think it was from today?
Do you think Robert Parrish is 39 years old and still playing in the NBA?
I was looking for other stories here.
This is a 20-year-old story.
I would have seen this, dude. I would have seen this come up. Oh, you are such an awesome inspiration to everybody listening to the show, dude.
No one's listening right now. Well,
not live, but after the fact, you have to remember, dude, there's quite a bit of people that download the show. Once it gets sent out to the interwebs,
yep,
it's grabbed by quite a few
Well, there was a story from the past. There's a weed history for you, covering weed, history, and sports.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I mean, I wouldn't expect you to say anything else.
It's fantastic. I think it's awesome. You had input.
I put it in.
Put it in, put it out. I wasn't done talking about...
You never are.
I wasn't done talking about the Olympic stuff. There's no evidence cannabis, blah, 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 is a performance-enhancing drug, is what we were talking about. He made these comments after an American judo player was expelled from the London 2012 Olympics for testing positive for marijuana. If you're not familiar with the sport, it's more or less two people in a death grip trying to flip each other over. See some people get dropped on their heads to a Limp Bizkit soundtrack. Here.
Death grips.
It links to a Limp Bizkit YouTube video. You really want to light a spliff before facing the best judo players in the world? Be my guest. I'll be watching it on YouTube. See, what's funny is that the stigma that we get stuck with, dude. Like, no, I would not want to smoke weed and, like, have that dude smoking weed and fight him, all right? It's not going to affect him that much, and chances are his ass might be a lot more in the mindset and focused to do what he's going to do. Someone that's at that professional level knows how to get to where they've got for a reason. They didn't just start smoking weed randomly out of nowhere at the end of their career. And I mean, it just doesn't happen. These people have been smoking weed for a long time. Smoking cannabis, pot, marijuana, whatever you want to refer to as.
Hemp.
No, not hemp. That's different. Now, if I'm an athlete and or a musician or whatever, my focus is going to be outrageous. I mean, I'm going to be right in it. I'm going to understand that I need to visualize. I'm going to understand to where I need to have my level of readiness. That's going to include probably a regimen of cannabis smoking, and even if not,
yeah,
I doubt. Yeah, I doubt 1 or 2 bowls is going to throw somebody off. From a sports perspective, I was rather ambivalent towards marijuana. As we morphed into WADA, the USA was very keen to have it included. Of course, even with the new policy, athletes will still be tested for weed. It will just be to test for very recent use. Still don't say how they're going to test. The idea is to prevent another Michael Phelps moment where one man's bong hit humiliates an entire nation. Can you still feel the shame, nation? Yeah, I felt the shame. I threw some Kellogg's Cheez-Its
Sunshine
away.
makes
Well, I didn't
Cheez-Its,
throw them
actually.
away.
Sunshine makes Cheez-Its.
No,
so that was a
actually,
waste.
it's a Kellogg company.
Sunshine makes Cheez-Its.
No, Kellogg's is probably owned. Kellogg's owns Sunshine, probably.
Sunshine?
Look it up right now. Kellogg's produces Cheez-Its. And ever since Michael Phelps was booted by Kellogg's, I have not bought anything Kellogg's. And in fact, they had...
I do.
I love cereal. Well, that's because you're asshat.
I like Cheez-Its like twice a month.
I love Cheez-Its.
Baby Swiss.
Dude, I loved Cheez-Its.
And classic.
Yesterday
I
there
don't
was...
get crazy with all the other flavors I like.
There was
regular.
I did notice there was other funky flavors.
Baby Swiss is where it's at, man. Oh my god.
There's like jalapeno cheddar.
And you know what? The jalapeno cheddar's good if you like a little bit of burn.
All right, I'm going to hit the mute button if you keep giving them more promotion. I don't...
But that's it. I don't like.
They also have
L's.
cereals too that I had to give up, and I was like,
Fudge are so good. I haven't had one of those in 20 years. Remember EL Fudge though?
Fart Kellogg's.
Oh, that was so good.
With the drug now legal for recreational use in 2 states and for medicinal use in 19 plus DC, the ban could be starting to look a little too overtly
I believe
political.
It's 18 plus DC, total of 19. I believe Illinois would be 18.
Illinois would be 19.
Come on now.
If the governor signs it. Ban could be, as far as what I understand.
Okay.
I haven't counted them. But seeing how I've seen 19, I think, in the Illinois story.
You're seeing things, but that's cool.
Shockwave crashed and everything. We just had a bad computer day here. With the drug now legal for recreational use, we already said that.
See?
Anyway, that story's done. Moving on to Latin America. An Organization of American States study released Friday is calling for a serious discussion on legalizing marijuana. Drug policy reform advocates called the report historic, even though it made no specific proposals, and said there was no significant support coming from the OAS's 35-member state for legalizing cocaine.
And the OAS is what now?
Organization of American States.
They want to legalize cocaine.
No, there's no significant support.
Oh, okay. Organization of American States sounds like a scary organization.
Does kind of. They're discussing legalizing marijuana. So they were just pointing out the dichotomy that nobody wants to legalize cocaine, but everybody's calling. They're calling on serious discussion for legalizing marijuana. It's a big deal. This is the first time any multilateral organization anywhere has done something like this, said Ethan Nadelman, executive director of the Drug Policy Alliance. We should get Ethan on. And we should get head of Students for Sensible Drug Policy, too. The $2.2 million study was commissioned in response to calls by some Latin American leaders at last year's Summit of the Americas in Cartagena, Colombia. For rethinking of the war on drugs, reform advocates call the more than 200... Whoa, that would have been a lot. The more than $20 billion that Washington has spent on counter-drug efforts in Latin America over the past decade a damaging waste of taxpayer money. Sooner or later, decisions in this area will need to be taken, said the study, which was presented by outgoing OAS Secretary General Jose Miguel Insalza in Bogota. The study examines 4 different scenarios for confronting the illicit drug trade, which has fueled violent crime and corruption, especially in drug production and transit countries, including destabilizing governments. The most controversial scenario would involve countries unilaterally abandoning the fight against drug production and trafficking in their territory in order to reduce violence. President Perez of Guatemala, a hard-hit cocaine transit country along the neighboring Honduras, made headlines before the Cartagena summit when he said he was tempted to put his country on such a path. The report's authors conclude, however, that there has been no absolute link between drug problems and insecurity experienced in many citizens of the Americas. Accompanying Insalza on Friday was Colombian President Juan Manuel Santos, whose country remains number one in the source of cocaine consumed by citizens.
We are number one.
Colombian cocaine. Ay, cocaína. Santos said the report presented simple, realistic options for future action in order to reduce the deaths, the violence that drug trafficking wreaks, the consumption of drugs, and the profit of criminals. The 400-page study emphasizes drug abuse as primarily a public health issue and suggests drug abusers should not be criminally prosecuted, but rather treated as ill. Decrim of drug use needs to be considered as a core element in public health strategies, it said. This report goes on and on and on. There is a 400-page study it talks about.
Line of Coke.
That was funny. Nadelman says the report reflects to a large degree of interest in Latin America with voter-driven marijuana legalization in the United States. Uruguay's president is pushing marijuana legalization and wants to put the government in charge of sales. Other findings in the study: drug abuse is the 15th direct cause of death in the OAS northern countries, 40th in Andean countries, and 52nd in Central America. That supports arguments that the United States and Canada bear more responsibility for illicit drug demand. Retail sales of illicit drugs account for 65% of drug profits, while farmers or producers get 1%. That, specifically those two things pointed out here to show how we are creating a market for drugs in this country, which is pretty amazing. Those numbers are...
There's money in drugs.
15th direct cause, 15th direct cause of death in the OAS in the Americas, northern countries. Now, Central America, 52nd. 40th in Andean countries. These people are not doing drugs like we do drugs in America, okay? They don't have the issues that we have.
Drugs?
We have to eliminate the market somehow here in the United States for drugs. And that's eliminating the black market for them. stopping this drug war, the first
Or
action
just
we
filling
need
it
to
with
do.
cheap weed, the black market. Fill the black market with cheap weed so everyone just smokes weed.
Ah, it's so frustrating.
Yeah.
Georgia, not Georgia Edson, whose show is on tonight at 7, by the way. iCannabisRadio.com. Make sure you check
It's in
that
like
out.
6 hours and 45 minutes from now.
Tonight. It's on tonight. And then In the Lab with Jennifer is on from 3 to 4 on iCannabisRadio.com. Check those and other awesome shows at iCannabisRadio.com out. We might be adding a few more shows too, I heard.
What?
We're talking about the Soviet Republic of Georgia. You could face a 1-year prison sentence and stiff fines if you're caught with more than 2 grams of marijuana. Also could be sentenced up to 3 months of community service. These strict measures became law in 2006 when President... I don't even know how to begin with this guy's name. Mikhail Saakashvili. Saakashvili. That's close. Was at the height of his power, but Georgia's new ruling coalition, led by Prime Minister... Oh, crap. This one's even harder. Bidzina Ivanishvili. I don't even know, dude. Sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry, Georgia. Is considering taking a softer approach. New legislation is expected to be introduced in the country's parliament later this month. Georgian Labor, Health, and Social Affairs Minister David Sergeyenko.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Said last week, I'm so smiling, I'm so happy. Said last week that the ban-related drug policies often have a ricochet effect that strengthens development of illicit drug trafficking channels. He said dealing with drugs effectively requires a well-considered strategy and that decriminalization of marijuana could be part of that strategy. Hey. Likewise, another lawmaker, I'm done with trying to say these names, a member of Ivan
Zinski
ruling, that's right, Georgian Dream Coalition has proposed that prison sentence for marijuana users be replaced with stiff fines. A doctor who specializes in the treatment of drug addicts says decriminalization is probably inevitable. Look, in other countries, they're actually thinking in progressive ways instead of like their political careers could be on the line or that they're going to get killed later in their career because they've said something that's not completely anti-drug. At some point, Georgia will have to comply with this trend. Otishvili, who heads Alternative Georgia, a non-governmental addiction research center, predicts a bill will be submitted to parliamentary subcommittee by the end of May, calling for a prison sentence in marijuana cases to be removed by penal code. And using revenues for treatment, it goes in to talk about here. Adds revenues raised from fining marijuana users should be directed back towards the treatment of drug addicts. It's correct to think that the use of marijuana should not be a criminal offense, but we should not encourage the use of marijuana or regard it as something that is completely harmless. See, I knew that was going to come into play somewhere here.
I try to say it is.
Knew they were going to fall back in here. Even though they are considering decriminalization of marijuana, I think there should be strict rules. You can imagine that in the mountain villages, they grow plenty of this plant. For the past 2 years, when I go to my village in the summer, they were afraid of the tough laws and couldn't smoke. If they are allowed to do it, I warn you that every man in Imereti will be smoking. I don't know where that is, or how to even say that. It's just interesting to bring you a new perspective or a new view of what happens inside of another foreign country, because sometimes we think that, you die in every single foreign country.
You cut your hand off.
Exactly. I mean, that happens a lot in the Asian countries. You can be sentenced to death. Chop, chop. Or smacked with a cane. You know those big-ass long, like big bamboo cane?
Yes.
That's not even funny to think about. It's not okay at all. Torture. It's horrible. Should we go on to Israel?
Israel's trying to get some weed.
Israel long has been quite the interesting spot for cannabis discussion. Medical marijuana, they actually lead, they're probably one of the leaders in the nation, or not.
They're one of the leaders in the nation.
They're one of the leaders in the world when it comes to cannabis, cannabis study.
Yeah, they're trying to get all the THC out of that weed and make all CBD. Scary.
Which I have some questions to ask here.
I can't answer them. I'll be right back, though.
Wait. No. You have to stay.
I'll be back in like 10 seconds. You ready?
Dixie Elixirs.
Yes. What about them?
They sell CBD products, correct?
Supposedly made from hemp.
How can you make a CBD product and not have THC in it?
Because it comes from hemp. In hemp, there's like 0.3% THC.
You see one of the bottles over there. There's a question that came up this weekend, and it's going to be a driving question. I know Dixie Elixirs is a sponsor of the John Doe Radio Show, but
they get it from hemp in Canada.
This is sold.
No THC.
This is sold without their CBD.
Nationwide, they'll sell it to you.
They're drops. You can get their drops, CBD drops, and you do not have to be a patient or.
Tastes like peppermint,
Colorado.
And carrots.
I am just asking a general question, open to everybody, and I'm gonna actually call Dixie too on this. How do you have CBD products that you sell to people that don't have THC? See, it says it may contain trace amounts of THC, but are these the ones that are allowed to be sold? Anyway, I got some questions about that because that's interesting, and there's some other few stories that have come up about Dixie Elixirs and people questioning that just entered into my mind here as he was talking about that CBD, trying to get THC completely eliminated from the process, which I, up to this date, don't know a process that you can completely knock THC out of that equation. But just with anything, a company could have something locked away. But if they have that locked away and kept it to themselves, if a company had a process where they could completely 100% eliminate THC out of the mix and have it just CBD, would that be horrible for them to keep it just to themselves? I mean, it would be, but it would be out of the
extract from hemp, and you'll get CBD.
We so many times here in cannabis and hemp, we share things a lot. I mean, we haven't thought about the business side a lot of these times, about how, companies could capitalize off of their products and, things that might be able to help a lot of people. I mean, the pharmaceutical companies do the same exact thing.
Yeah.
And we're trying to avoid that, but you think you think people are going to actually do this? You think people are actually going to give up? If somebody found a process to completely 100% eliminate CBD out of the equation, or THC out of the equation, and just have CBD, just have these other, you think that they're not just going to keep that to themselves, market that, brand it? That technology is going to get copyrighted.
It's being done.
It's being done. Already being done. I don't want to unfairly attack Dixie. We need to call them and then leave a message. Say, hey, remind me to do that after the show.
Tim, call Dixie.
After the show.
Show's over by the time people are hearing this.
Israel is the world leader in medical marijuana use. Anesthesiologist and pain relief expert Dr. Shifkaren told the Knesset Committee on Drug Abuse Tuesday. In addition, Israeli police representatives told the committee that medical marijuana is being sold on the black market and the fields to grow the drug are not properly secured to prevent theft. Approximately 15 tons of medical cannabis are stolen each year in Israel, police records show. Holy crap. Most medical marijuana fields do not meet the police's standards, and we're talking about medical marijuana here. So reporting it to the police would not be out of the question. Medical marijuana fields do not meet the police's standards, according to Zilberman, who calls the situation bizarre. Yeah.
Bizarre.
He said, by the way, Warren yesterday, he's like, we were talking about something, and he goes, pissa.
He said pissa? Nice.
Yes, like random pissa. Which means, give us the definition. Come on, Bostonian.
Oh, pissa just means
masshole.
It means wicked awesome.
Yeah. So he was like, pissa, and I stopped. I had to stop.
Or it all depends how you use it. It can be bad.
No, I think he said it good. But I had to stop, and I was like, did you say it? Did you say it?
Yeah.
And I was like, bike is the only other mamma jamma I've heard say that. Surprised me. Some of the fields are near shopping malls, parks, and have low fences without security cameras or locks. Anyone can come in and take what they want. Zilberman explained, we warned the health ministry, that they must close the fields, but nothing happened. Committee on Drug Abuse chairman expressed frustration that after 2 years of meetings on securing medical marijuana fields, the topic still has no outcome, hasn't been dealt with properly. Away from the microphone, if you're going to do that.
I didn't know I was going to do it. It was too late. I would have hurt my...
punch you every time you do that.
I would have hurt...
It shoves people. If you don't want to be here, why would anybody else want to be here?
Who said I don't want to be here?
Your yawn.
My yawn said I don't want to be here.
That's what it says to people.
Your hat on backwards says you're in a gang and you want to fight me. That's what it says to people.
Anyone
you just touching your nose means you have your nose hairs need a trim. They're too long.
Anyone can come in and take what they want.
Don't say I don't want to be here for my yawn.
Hey, I'm just. That's what I hear.
That's what I hear. Argument.
That's what I hear from people.
Why are your hands up in a violent manner?
That's what I hear from people.
Why do your hands have to be up?
I'm throwing them up as like, you know what? Deal with it.
Your hands in the air.
That's
I'm supposed to interpret as deal with it.
No.
But what are you hearing? You heard from one person that at the end of the show.
Multiple people, dude. If you want to go there, we'll start blasting you.
I do.
Multiple people.
Let's do it. I've heard one occasion.
3, 4 at least last week.
I've heard one person.
All right, I'm not interested.
You've only told me about one person.
No, I told you last week about 2 or 3.
Person. You can roll your eyes. It doesn't change the fact that...
No, it doesn't change the fact that it's ridiculous.
That you've only told me about one person.
Anyone can come in and take what they want in Israel marijuana fields. I'm changing the subject.
I know, because you don't have any of those...
I'm sorry if it...
You don't have any backup.
I'm sorry if you're so... No, I do.
Let's
sorry
see.
if you're not in the moment here.
Sorry that you're a yawn interpreter.
You're supposed to be a professional.
Yawn whisperer. No, I'm not supposed to be a professional.
Be a professional.
You're supposed to carry my ass because you are the professional.
You are supposed to be a professional.
No.
Professional asshat, professional stoner, whatever.
Then I'm doing
that
just fine. I just need to know how you're interpreting my yawn, and I need to hear 3 other complaints from people before
it's not one to be here.
You're validated.
You're going to get them now.
Let's see them.
Most medical marijuana fields do not meet police's standards, which is what we're talking about.
Raising your voice, the volume of your argument does not change the context of whatever you're trying to bullshit me at. Give me a gummy bear and I'll shut up.
I'm just trying to get over to this thing. No. Not when you're yelling. Or not when you're yawning.
I don't yell.
You're yelling at me about yelling.
I don't yell. You're the one who raises your voice. I get closer to the microphone, but I don't yell.
The guy who is responsible for coordinating the growth of medical marijuana in Israel warned that without government regulation, use of the drug for medicinal purposes could lead to general legalization of cannabis. Ooh. However, he said he will not order a medical marijuana field closed unless the owner is indicted. Another police representative complained that they have no way of enforcing the law related to medical cannabis fields and that it would be preferable to import the drug rather than grow it locally. While Israel could serve as a model for other countries on how to use medical marijuana, the health ministry should not ignore the police and make sure that fields are properly protected. Why would you want to properly protect your crop?
Why not?
I mean, how would you really do that? You would have to put up a massive fence. Dude.
I would have one person complain about my last half-hour performance and then make up 3 other people and then don't have any.
I didn't make up anybody
to back it up.
3, 4 people last week, dude.
3, 4 people. So one person.
And a letter.
A letter? What is a letter?
And then the grow shop.
What is a letter? What is
the letter you got?
What letter did I get?
From dude. All right, dude, this is not an argument I want to have with you.
The email that you read?
The email that I read.
I didn't get a letter from dude. You got an email.
Exactly.
That's the one.
So that's one. And there was like 2 or 3 others, dude, during the week.
At the grow shop, they're saying
the grow shop, and then like 2 or 3 other people. I got another message even here on Facebook, dude.
So you get two
Message
two
this
that you
guy
can
right
prove,
here,
two that you can
Bike
prove.
Holly on Facebook.
I thought you were setting up
I've
bike.
already gone on to it way past where I wanted to go with it. Don't get hurt.
I thought you were setting up a bike at johndoeradio.com.
I will.
Yeah, sure you will.
My nose is itching today.
Don't forget to do what I was supposed to remind you to do after the show.
I don't even know, so.
I don't either, so I just watch tonight's show to remember to do it.
I have to call the Dixie Elixirs. You have such short-term memory.
Yeah.
Almost worse than mine, dude. This is scary.
No, it's not.
It is kind of scary.
It's called selective memory.
Selective memory? All right, between the hours of 11 and 1, Mile High Time, don't select to have your memory off.
Selecta?
Here we go again. Yet another tale of the legal challenges that frequently follow the passage of ballot initiatives in California. What's next in California?
Legal weed.
We already talked about how court ruled in California that local municipalities could ban, and also how LA is going to decide tomorrow on one of three proposals.
D, E, and F.
Now, this question seems to be what's next, says this article. There is, of course, the possibility of a new law on the state level, even though the legislative process, even through the... God, I sometimes annoy myself by my farked up reading. I can't imagine how it does to our listeners. A Fark reader. Fark.com is a great website.
I'm not surprised.
It is a news site. Either through the legislative process or the ballot process, the state legislature could follow the lead of other states and legalize the recreational use of marijuana. The legislature could try to explicitly preempt this area of the law by state that localities cannot use their police powers to ban marijuana dispensaries. Another option is for the people to propose yet another ballot initiative to the same effect. And another possibility is that on the local level, people in locales that ban medical marijuana dispensaries could circulate initiatives which essentially overturn those bans. And with all that said, this is happening in a nation where the federal government lists marijuana as a Schedule I substance. Doctors note that it's illegal that way. So that's holding things behind. California does need to do a new state law.
California knows how to party.
And you could reverse this whole local municipality ban situation if you rewrote the situation. Correct?
If you get all the ducks in a row and they all quack and it all sounds like a quack. Yes. Duh.
You just sound like a quack. UK government spends about $3 billion a year on its current drug policy program. We know from research, such as the recent report on the UK Drugs Policy Commission, that the war on drugs isn't working. Imagine if we spent the money on rehabilitation and prevention. As I've said before, and this, by the way, this article is by Richard Branson.
Bronson or Branson?
I don't know. How do you say his name?
I say it Branson.
Richard Branson.
Charles Bronson and Richard Branson. Two different fellas.
The dude who owns a lot of money. And things. We commend the government for commissioning a new study which will send Jeremy Brown MP to Portugal and the U.S. to investigate alternative approaches to the drug war. This is an important step in the right direction. It also helps highlight the change in attitudes towards the drug reform in Westminster. But the government continues to reject decriminalization, while David Cameron has written off a comprehensive review of existing legislation. If the war on drugs were a business, we'd have to shut it down immediately. Current drug policies are counterproductive, and we need to think seriously about new policies that will deliver a good value for the money. The current approach in the UK is based on the Misuse of Drugs Act from 1971.
Do you abuse or misuse drugs?
Misuse. Carolyn Lucas, the Green MP for Brighton Pavilion, has created a petition that calls on the government ministers to carry out a fact-based, rational analysis of this legislation within the next year. If you agree that it would be a good idea to see how our current policies measure up against alternative approaches, in terms of minimizing the harms and costs of addiction and misuse. I encourage you to sign the petition.
Please.
You can take a look at the progress being made to tackle the failed war on drugs in Richard Branson's new updated version of his book, Screw Business as Usual.
Charles Bronson said what?
He's the founder of Virgin Group.
Yes.
Virgin Group. Forward thinkers are the ones who get shiz done. Quite a few likes on that comment.
I bet. I would have liked it.
You like forward thinkers?
Like-minded individuals.
Lauren liked my status of, hey, Lauren and Ty, I hope this turns out
you didn't
positive.
F up.
I hope this turns positive. She's like, I hope it does too. That's funny. Is there anything crazy going on this week?
This week is going to be one of the most insane weeks in the history of this week.
I wish you could be serious.
No, you don't. It'd be boring.
I really wish you could be serious. Tonight the 20th?
Tonight is the 20th.
Tonight is Cannabis History with Greg on George's show, by the way. If anybody's interested in that. Should be a good show. You can catch up with all the iCannabis radio shows at iCannabisradio.com. All the recorded shows and shiz there.
Thanks.
There's a gummy bear for you. So you don't have to be so upset.
Oh, no.
You don't have to be so upset. What was the name of the Earl that we toked earlier?
Name of that Earl? And that was a combination, so I'm just going to call it Abusive Park Hill OG.
Abusive Park Hill OG.
Mm-hmm.
So, Abusive OG.
And Park Hill OG.
So,
mushed.
So, Park Hill OG, do you like the Park Hill OG?
Yeah, it's okay.
What's the Park Hill OG specifically? What's up with that? Why does that one stand out?
I don't know. Someone knows it grow in Park Hill where they crossed an OG or something, or had an OG Pheno. Called it Park Hill OG. Oh, there's a Commerce City Kush. Why not a Park Hill OG?
This is why you shouldn't eat things.
Why?
This
is why you shouldn't eat things.
It's Monday on the John Doe Radio Show. It's Monday in your world, probably, too. Unless you're listening to us outside of Monday. Which is possible, right? Vermont farmers will likely have one more option in what to cultivate this summer after state legislature Monday gave final approval to Senate Bill 157. By the way, this is last Monday. Senate Bill 157, which lifts a state ban on hemp farming. The bill still has to be signed by the governor, but so far he hasn't made any indication that he will veto it. Technically, Vermont has had legal hemp farming on the books since 2008, but a stipulation in the law requiring a federal permit has kept anyone from planting any seeds. I also think it's a huge licensing fee. Senate Bill 157 removes that requirement and allows the state secretary of Agriculture to issue licenses. Because the federal government still considers hemp the same thing as marijuana, hemp is a federally controlled substance. As such, the farmers would still risk federal prosecution as well as other penalties, including potentially the loss of their land. Representative Tao Zagar, who supported the bill, said he's heard from many farmers and ranchers that they support the measure, including ones who want to use the seed for feed for chickens. It really is one of the most versatile plants out there, he said. I can't think of anything more versatile that you can build with, eat, and make clothes out of. If Vermont takes the lead on this and we have Vermont natural hemp products, it could be huge.
Wicked huge.
Wicked. We could have a huge export market property.
Some people in Vermont say wicked as well.
Opportunity. So distracted today a little bit.
That was my phone. I used your phone.
Ba-ding. In addition, by removing the federal permit requirement, the bill defines hemp as cannabis containing less than 0.3% THC by weight. Vermont is now one of 10 states that allows for hemp farming, including California, Kentucky, Maine, Montana, North Dakota, Washington, West Virginia, and Colorado. But up until this week, none of the states had openly challenged federal law. On last Monday, Colorado farmer Ryan Laughlin planted what was considered the first real hemp crop in the U.S. in 60 years Monday.
I watched a video of that. It was brought a tear to my eye.
Laughlin covered about 60 acres in hemp seed, formerly used for alfalfa farming. He's also planning a hemp seed business and has purchased a seed press to make oil.
He said he's definitely mainly growing for seed, and I was confused because I saw him planting just like handfuls of seed in dirt, but I also saw him transferring some seedlings and planting them fresh rows.
Really?
But the news made it look like that someone had planted 60 acres. He's planning on planting 60 acres. It's him doing it with his mom, I think. It's going to take a minute to get 60 acres up. An acre is a huge chunk of land.
Yeah.
For one guy to manage.
Not horrible. I wouldn't want to do it.
I know. You're the dude who bitches and moans about lugging soil.
Yeah, because it sucks. Who wants to do manual labor? What else do we have here today in iCannabis Radio? iCannabisradio.com. Make sure you check us out. This Adam Kokesh story, man, is definitely building some freaking steam, dude. Beginning of the day, there was only a few stories on it from a few spots, and now, man, it's like... Psh,
I saw it everywhere blowing up over the weekend.
It's huge. Another big thing that keeps making news quite a bit here that I'm seeing become a steady trend is how much financial firms and investment is wanted to be done in cannabis but can't be done. I mean, out of state people are wanting to invest here into Colorado in the situation we have, but we can't really do it that way. You can't have an out of state investor come in and like open up a cannabis
they'll find
recreational shop. Well, I'm sure they'll find ways, but if it were completely open, it would help build our industry like crazy. I mean, it would put our industry to the point where it really needs to be. I mean, think of everything that we're doing here without really the support of financial institutions. That's pretty amazing how much money is going through legalized cannabis, whether it be medical or soon this recreational industry. I mean, it's insane. That's a lot of money. And not being able to have banks necessarily that are okay and open with that.
So money from other states you're okay with. But going back to remember that Boston firm taking care of those regulations in Washington.
What'd you say?
So you said money from other states is okay with you, but
if you're going to invest into it, yes, I think that money coming in from other states is fine. I just think if you're going to start up a program and you want to have the best interests of the state in mind, you should probably hire someone, which Washington didn't, that's from your state. A firm that comes from your state. I'm not saying they couldn't do a good job, but up to this point, I haven't been too impressed with that dude. Do you know what I'm saying?
Go on.
Man. All right, we're almost done here on the John Doe Radio Show. I only got really a few more things. And we had some issues with the audio in the middle.
Is he going to be able to
so the middle's cut out,
stitch it together so it's all 2 hours, or
the video?
Should we just
I might be able to
slow for the next 10 minutes?
We'd have to talk slow for like the next 15, 20 minutes.
Oh no,
we're pretty good. Wait. I got something playing in the background.
Yeah, I hear it too.
Whole new system, definitely.
It's one of those news stories playing. Think of something else.
Could I?
Yeah.
You gonna go to Bongathon?
When is that?
August
21st. 3rd? Go look.
I'm trying to see if I can see it without looking.
I have to contact...
August 3rd.
I have to contact the 710 Cup, too, by the way.
About? Yeah, you mentioned something about... Here's a stack of their flyers here, but you mentioned something about we may be involved somehow. What's that?
Yeah, we're going to be involved with them.
What are we going to be doing? broadcasting?
I don't know exactly. I just got to holler at them, and then because they wanted something I said got their attention. So they're like,
what did they say?
Yo.
What did they say?
I said that events like such as that, the 710 Cup, may be illegal in Denver after a certain point.
Oh, I remember you said that, and they got their attention?
It did.
And what did they say?
We were already going to be involved with the 710 Cup. I mean, we already talked with Dougie from Hitman. He's being put on by Hitman Grassroots.
Yep.
They said that they want to do the best that we can for the community and communicate with them. So I'm going to get with them. I got a lot of stuff to do this week. Holy crap.
710 Cup is coming up in 2 months.
July 12th and 14th.
Yeah.
13, 12.
About 7
13,
weeks.
14. All right. Have yourselves a fantastic day. Go smoke too much. It is a Monday.
Oh, well.
Probably need to smoke too much. I don't have any weed. I have no Earl. Everybody wants to donate. Holla!
Does that ever work?
No.
I know.
It used to work. I don't know why it doesn't work anymore.
No one listens.
The same amount of people listen before, or now, as they did before. In fact, we're gaining on more steam at this point in time. People just still worry about the legalities of shiz.
Not really.
And they're a little bit more understanding of the value of Earl. It's not like flowing freely, giving away through certain areas as it was. Not that I'm complaining. I still get to smoke a lot as compared to everybody else. I mean, every day, I could easily call up just somebody and be like, hey.
I bring you dabs every morning.
You have dabs every morning. It's always positive. It would be surprising. It's surprising when you don't.
Happens once in a while.
I actually don't mind claim at all, really. My own claim, because I know I've seen what's gone through it.
You don't want to smoke other people's claim like it's other people's mucus?
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to smoke other people's claim. Out of their rig, none of that stuff even, too. Yeah. Now that you think about it, that is a good point to make.
It's like lung butter that's been soaking in a dirty bong of someone else's.
Yikes, dude. I usually heat up the claim a little bit, though, to get water out of it, separate it so it doesn't splatter as much. It's already been heated to the point where past where I can heat it.
Splatter.
That splatter.
Warm vapor burn.
I don't have too much of a problem with that. I more have a problem with that mini, the Hitman. I can't hit claim off of that.
No, that's the.
It's just like right here.
Phase 2 small for your face.
Phase 2 Hitman. Big thanks to Hitman for that. And yeah. Tomorrow's Tuesday.
What are you gonna?
I'm gonna try and get Death Star in here. I'm gonna email him.
Why don't you just do it? Get him in here.
Well, I mean, they have to like say okay.
All right. Well, just make them.
I'll message it right now.
Do it.
Wanna come on the show tomorrow?
I've asked a couple people. This is like the second or third time I've asked this dude.
There's definitely people this week that want to come on. I just don't know when they want to be on. So, all right.
Who?
Julio Eduardo Lee and MD Burnt. Dude we played at the beginning, that was his song. All right.
MD Burnt?
Yep. Burnt MD. Sorry. My mate. All right, have a good time. Don't meet again tomorrow. Bye.
Later.
That's your goodbye?
Goodbye, guys. See you tomorrow. Coming at you tomorrow with more stuff. And,
I'm John Doe.
Things.
See ya.
Right.
Peace.
Produced by Charlie Sash Entertainment. The John Doe Radio Show programming is not limited by some information. Culture subjects and is informational and entertainment purposes only. We specifically include responsible marijuana reform.
Listening to anyone but your mothers is that stupid.
We accept no responsibility for your actions or misrepresentations, and we do not fully endorse the use of illegal drugs. You are ultimately responsible for yourself.
My.